Alright, hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well, hope everyone's staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today we've got a battle report for you, 2,500 points of Cities of Sigmar versus Ogor Mawtribes. I'm going to be playing against David here today.
G'day guys.
And he's going to be bringing the Ogor Mawtribes, and I'm going to be bringing the Cities of Sigmar as mentioned, and I'm going to have a mix of Dark Elves all in the army, so it'd be cool to see how it goes. We'll be playing the Battleplan Call for Aid out of the Cities of Sigmar Battletome. And, well, let's get showing you the armies. Alrighty, so here we have 2,500 points of Cities of Sigmar. So, what do we have? Hero-wise here, we've got our General. He's a Black Ark Fleet Master. He's going to have the Drake Scale Cloak Artifact and also the Black Fang Crime Lord command trait. This allows us to pick 2 of the illicit dealings, so we're going to pick the extra command points and the extra Drake Blood Curse ability. We're then also going to fill out our list with the battalion that comes with the Anvil Guard, the Charwind Beast Hunters. So we're going to have 2 units of 40 Black Ark Corsairs, 1 unit of 10 Black Ark Corsairs, 3 Scourge Runner Chariots, all in a single unit, and a Charybdis. And Charybdis is going to have the Fell Gaze Drake Blood Curse, which gives it an additional -2 to its bravery. We're going to have 2 War Hydras here. One of them is going to have acidic blood. We'll say the one with the treasure chest, because it doesn't really matter. We've got 2 units of Drakespawn Knights, a unit of 10 Dread Spears. We've then got the Dreadlord on Black Dragon, and he's going to have the Venom Fang Blade, which does some mortal wounds splash damage when he hits, and also the Jutting Bones, which is more mortal wounds when this model charges. Lastly, we're going to have 2 Sorceresses here. The one with the sand on her base, she's going to be the General's Adjutant, and both Sorcerers will have the Vitriolic Spray spell. And then lastly, just some endless spells. We're going to have the Malevolent Maelstrom, mainly because 10 point spare, why not? But most importantly, those Umbral spell portals for spreading Vitriolic Spray where we need it to go. We'll now go into the Ogor Mawtribes army.
So starting off with Ogor Mawtribe, I'm running it with the Mawtribe of the Underguts, thus all the Iron Blasters in the back. So starting off the army, we've got the Big Tyrant. He's going to have the fate name of Fate Seeker, or the big name of Fate Seeker. He's got the command trait of Massive Scars, as well as the Gruesome Trophies. Going next, we got a Slaughtermaster, thank you, with the Noblar Blast Keg, and his Law of Gut Magic is going to be Ribcracker, allowing me to subtract 1 from my opponent's armor save. Cool. Next, we've got the Butcher. He's going to have a Tenderizer, as well as the Gut Magic of Blood Feast, giving me a +1 to all my melee weapons on a target unit. Next, we've got a good big squad of 12 Gluttons with paired weapons, allowing me to get in, do as much damage as I can on the charge, and hopefully get that 4 up to do a mortal wound. Following along with them is a just small 3-man with the...
Iron Fists?
Iron Fists, yep, allowing me to do damage back, hopefully just to sit back, flank in if I need to. Rounding out with that, we've got the 4 Lead Belchers in one squad, and then another 4 in a separate to do some damage, especially make use of that 18-inch range. In the back, we've got 2 Iron Blasters, just to do a bit of long range, hopefully being able to pick off some characters or take out anything big. We've got 2 units of Iron Guts, just with their paired weapons. 1 unit is going to be with the Battalion of the Tyrant's Gut Guard, which also belongs with the 2 big Iron Blasters in the back. Finally, because I had a few points spared left, I got myself some Mournfang pack, just packed out with the Gargant Hackers. I've got 2 battalions, the Tyrant Gut Guard as I said before, and I'm also running the Butcher's Band, which gives me the extra command points, as well as the artifacts that I've needed to use.
Awesome. So, last thing to note is that David's going to have to split his army. Now, he's not going to tell me what army parts he split into what. This army's split into 2 different sections, and that'll come into a part when we explain the battle plan in a sec. But let's get into this. So today we're going to be playing the battle plan known as a Call for Aid. This battle plan can be found in the Cities of Sigmar Battletome. Let's get looking at what it does. So, the armies. Each player picks an army as described in the core rules. One player is the defender, their opponent is the besieger. The defender must use a Cities of Sigmar army. After the besieger has picked their army, they must secretly split it into a northeasterly contingent and a southwesterly contingent. There must be at least 1 unit in the northeasterly contingent for every unit in the southwesterly contingent. The besieger notes down on a piece of paper which contingent each unit is in. The defender then chooses whether the battle takes place in the northeast of the city or to the southwest of the city. Setup. The besieger sets up their army first. If the battle is to take place in the northeast, the besieger can only set up units from their northeasterly contingent. If the battle is to take place in the southwest, the besieger can only set up units from their southwesterly contingent. In both cases, the units that are not set up are placed to one side as reserve units and will arrive during the battle. See reinforcements arrive later. The besieger must set up all their units wholly within their territory and more than 9 inch from enemy territory. The defender then must set up all of their army wholly within their territory more than 9 inch from enemy territory. The territories are shown on the map. Messengers. After both armies have been set up, but before the first turn begins, the defender secretly chooses 3 of their units to bear the message for aid and notes this down on a piece of paper. First turn. The defender can choose which player takes the first turn. Command abilities. These following additional command abilities can be used in this battle. Fallback. The defender can use this command ability in the combat phase. If they do so, when picking a friendly unit to fight, if that unit is wholly within 18 inch of a friendly Cities of Sigmar hero, that unit must make a normal move and must retreat instead of fighting. Sound the war horns. The besieger can use this command ability at the end of their movement phase. If they do so, they must pick one friendly unit that has been set up on the battlefield and in the same turn and is wholly within 18 inch of a friendly hero. That unit can make a normal move of d6, however it cannot run. Reinforcements arrive. At the end of the besieger's movement phase, they can roll 1 dice for each friendly unit that is in reserve. If the roll is equal to or less than the number of the current battle round, that unit can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is wholly within 6 inch of a reinforcement's battle edge, see map, and more than 9 inch away from enemy units. Escape. At the start of the defender's hero phase, if a friendly unit bearing a message for aid is within 3 inch of the escape route battlefield edge, see map, the defender can choose for that unit to escape. If they do so, they must be removed from the battlefield. Glorious victory. At the end of the battle, if only 1 unit bearing a message for aid has escaped, the defender wins a minor victory. If 2 or more units bearing the message for aid have escaped, the defender wins a major victory. Otherwise, the besieger wins a major victory. Alright, so for this battle plan, I have to pick 3 of my units I've got to try and get off the table. And pretty much David's got to try and destroy these units, but they're secret and he doesn't know what units I'm trying to get off the table. So this is for you guys watching at home. These are the 3 units here that I'm going to try and sneak off the table without him getting them. So how it works, if I manage to get all 3 units off, I win a major victory. If I manage to get 2 or 1 off, I get some sort of victory. But if he manages to kill all these units, then he wins a major victory. So I've got to try and get these units off. And he's got to try and figure out what units I'm trying to keep safe and destroy them. So this is what our battlefield looks like. Over on this corner here is where the besieger's army, the Ogor Mawtribes, are going to deploy. And down here is where the defenders, the Cities of Sigmar, are going to deploy. Let's have a look around and just see what the terrain is. We've got a nice arcane forest here. On this Temple of Cain here, we have inspiring terrain. We have overgrown on this Temple of Cain, inspiring up there as well. We have an giant piece of entangling terrain in the middle of the board. We've got a deadly piece of terrain here, overgrown here, and a commanding piece at the back corner there. We're also going to be playing this game in the realm of Garan, the realm of life. And so let's get up to deployment. David will deploy his entire, well, one of his 2 contingents first. And let's say, so what is it, northwest and southeast? Yep. Or let's go with southeast. Southeasterly contingent will come back after he's deployed his army of the southeasterly contingent. And, well, let's see what he puts down on the table. So, David's deployed his southwesterly contingent. What's cool about this is there's no general on the battlefield. I picked this one without his general. So, what have we got here? We've got the 3 Ogre Gluttons, we've got the 12 Ogre Gluttons, we've got 4 Iron Guts, 4 Lead Belches, and the 4 Mournfang on the table, and the Butcher. So we don't have the Slaughtermaster, we don't have the Cannons, we don't have another unit of Iron Guts and Lead Belches, and we don't, most importantly, have the Tyrant on the table. So, just looking over, I'm going to deploy my force here. My force is going to be over there I'm going to be trying escape down on this side. David's force will start here, and then he can start bringing on reserves on the 2 long border edges of the table. Well, now I'll deploy all my force, and we'll come back after that. Alright, and so we have the cities of Sigmar deployed. What do we have? We have the Dread Spears up the front here with the Sorceress behind them, getting ready to sacrifice them for the greater good. We have a unit of Drake Spawn Knights behind here, a Hydra behind them, and up in the front line we've got a unit of Drake Spawn Knights screening the army at the front along with the Acidic Blood Hydra. Behind we've got the Charybdis, we've got the 40 Blackheart Corsairs with Repeater Handbows, the Dreadlord on Black Dragon here as well. And over on this flank we've got the 40 Blackheart Corsairs with dual hand weapons, the 3 Scourge Runner Chariots, the Honoured Retinue of the General, and the General himself and his General's Adjutant Sorceress. So, as cities of Sigmar in this scenario, I get to pick who has the first turn, and I think I'm going to give it to the Ogor Mawtribes. So, David, you can have the first turn, buddy. So, before the battle begins, wow, that was hard to say words. Before the battle begins, I'm going to get some hidden agents and give me D3 extra command points. I get 2 extra command points. Cool, so that's going to start me off. Even though it's not my turn, I'm going to start the game with 3 command points. So, silly me, I of course bought a command point as well, so I'm actually going to start the game on 4. David over there will start the game on 3 command points, including his first turn command point in them. We're now going to go into his hero phase for Ogor Mawtribes turn 1. Alright, so Ogor Mawtribes hero phase, let's cast some magic. The Butcher here is going to attempt the Realm spell first, which is Shield of Thorns. See that without all the glare in it. Cool, so it needs a 5 to cast. You're going to get +1 to cast due to your Morpot. Well, that definitely casts, and all my wizards are out of range, so he just wasted a box cards on absolutely nothing.
Yep.
When it didn't matter. But what are you going to put that on?
Going to put it on the Mornfang cap.
On the Mornfang pack. Yep, Mornfang there. And your second spell you're going to cast?
Mystic Shield.
Who's
just
that?
To be safe.
Well, don't have to declare yet, but go. 4, 5, 6 casts on a 7.
Yeah, and that's also going to go in the same group.
On the Mornfang as well. Awesome. So they're going to have +1, reroll 1s with their armor save, and if they get charged, they're going to do mortal wounds to any unit that charges them. That's going to be the end of the Ogre's hero phase, though, because that's the only hero on the table, because I picked the right one. And now we'll come back after all their movement's done. Alright, end of the Ogor Mawtribes movement phase. The Mornfang here have ran down, trying to cut off my escape route down here. The Gluttons moving into the center along with the Lead Belchers there. The Iron Guts running on top of this entangling terrain. That's going to be big in this game. I think that giant piece of entangling terrain is going to hinder both of us. He can't get over it that easy, and I've got to get past it somehow. The Butcher just sits there at the back, sticking near his Morpot. We're now going to go roll and see if any reserves come in at all. So we're now going to roll and see if any of these... It's turn 1, so he needs to roll a 1 or less. So a 1. We'll roll for the Tyrant. Go for him. 5, no, he's not coming on. What about the Slaughter dude?
Nope.
5. The Lead Belcher unit?
4.
4, no. The Iron Blaster number 1
Yes.
is coming on. And the other Iron Blaster?
No.
No. Oh, so close. But you're going to... Oh, and sorry. These Iron Guts down the end here.
No.
Well, cool. The Iron Blaster, this one here, he's going to come on. So he gets to come on at the end of your movement phase.
Yep.
So the Iron Blaster is coming in over this side of the board, lining up a shot for that unit of 40 Corsairs there at the front. We're now going to go into the Ogor Mawtribes shooting phase, which they now have. So the Iron Blast there is going to shoot at the Hydra. This is the Acidic Blood Hydra that he's shooting at. So what do you need to hit?
4s.
Cool. 4 to hit. 6 hits to wound.
2s.
2s. 4 wounds. Rends.
-2, I'm pretty sure. -2.
-2. So 4, 5, 6. 6 up save on the Hydra. No, fails. Damage, D6.
D6. 6.
6 damage. Cool. It's going to be 6 wounds on this Hydra here to start with. So, the Lead Belchers over here are shooting underneath the bridge and going to target the Hydra as well. So they've moved this turn, so they're only going to do D3 shots each. So let's see how many shots they're going to be doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, you rolled pretty well on the cannon, so you got to roll bad somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
So 6 shots, hitting on
4s.
4s. So one hit. So this is certainly evening out for all the damage I took before. Wounds on 3 wounds. -1, I believe. Yep. So -1 means I'm going to go to a 5-up save. Failed it. Going to drop another damage. So he's taken 7 wounds. Ouch. And with that, that's going to be the end of the Ogor Mawtribes turn 1. Some pretty decent shooting. Managed to put 7 wounds onto the Hydra. But now we're going to go into the Cities of Sigmar hero phase. And so we're going to get 1 command point, popping us up to 5 to start with, which is pretty cool. And also we're going to do the healing on the Hydra. So he's going to heal D3 wounds. He heals 2 of them back. So he's up to 5. Taken. And there's no more healing terrain near him, so he can't heal another D3. Oh, sad. But now let's go into some magic. So magic, this sorceress here, she's going to cast Shield of Thorns on that unit of Drakespawn Knights at the front there. She needs a 5 to cast, which she just gets. You're out of range, so you can't dispel it. And then over here, this sorceress here is going to set up the Umbral Spell Portal. So let's see if she casts. She's going to get +1 from Arcane. And we're also going to go Sacrifice. So she's getting +3 to her casting roll. She got an 11 +3. She got a 14. You can't even stop that, even if you're in range.
Didn't even need it.
So, cool. Let's see if that can do something. So, there it is. We put it next to her in the forest there, and we've set it up here in the middle of the battlefield. With that, though, that's going to be the hero phase done. We'll come back after the movement phase for the Cities of Sigmar. So this is the end of the movement phase for the Cities of Sigmar. Worth noting too, I forgot to do it in the hero phase, but we've got an extra command point for the adjutant being near the general, so we're back up to 5 command points. Also, we've got the combat unit here. They ran, we turned into a 6 using their command points. This allowed them to run up and get nice and all up in that grill of the Ogor Mawtribes. We've got the Acidic Blood Hydra here. We've got the Charybdis. The Scourge Runner chariots have moved up behind and protecting our general. We've got his little honoured retinue. We've then got the 40 Black Ark Corsairs with their repeater hand bows behind a screen of Drakespawn Knights. And over here, we've got the Dread Spears screening Hydra, more Drakespawn Knights, and the Black Dragon. It is going to be the roll-off to see who gets the next turn, but before that, we're going to do some shooting because we've got some Scourge Runner chariots to shoot. Alright, so the Scourge Runner chariots here are going to shoot up into the Iron Guts that are sitting there on the temple. So the champion, he hits on 2s. Both hit. We're looking for 6s though. And the other 2 Scourge Runner chariots are going to hit on 3s, wanting for 6s. We've got 2, so it's 2d3 mortal wounds, and the others hit. So we'll do the mortal wounds after. These need 3s to wound now though, collectively. Just 2, so you're going to be 2 saves at -1.
So 4 up armor save.
Failed both, so it's just going to be 4d3 damage in total, because we'll put the mortal wounds into the pile.
Yep.
Becomes 4d3. Ouch. So that's 9, 10, 11 points of damage. It's going to be almost 3.
8.
And then he's going to take 3 wounds.
So he's down to 1.
Alright, so then we're going to shoot with their crossbows. So the sergeant, once again, he'll hit on 4s. So 2 hits. And the others, though, will hit on 5s. So 5s to hit. 1 more. That's just none of those. And then 4s to wound with these. So 2 wounds. So 2, no rend on these ones though.
3 up. Same
Failed
as
one,
last time.
Failed 1 more, so it's going to kill another ogre. Now, that's going to be really important come Battle Shock phase because they're going to be -3 from that Charybdis. So they're actually going to be -6. So they can, oh, that could be rather tasty. I've got no charges to declare in my turn, so we're just going to go straight into the Battle Shock phase. So, the, what is he? Iron Gut there, he's Bravery 7, so pretty much anything but a 1, and he dead.
Let's go blue.
6, no. He saw his buddies get skewered by harpoons, and he was like, I'm having none of this. And he's fled the battle. So, we're now going to go into the priority roll. So, priority roll, well, I'm going to be orange because I've got an orange Charybdis, and you're going to be blue because blue. So you break ties, but I got a 5, you got a 2. I'm going to take the double turn, I think. I'm going to push my advantage here. Let's see how this goes. So, Cities of Sigmar turn 2 hero phase. We're going to gain an extra command point, popping us to 6. I might need an extra command point dice. And then we're going to have, on a 4-up, we're going to get the Adjutant's command point. Nope, we don't get it. Cool. I don't need an extra dice just yet. So, magic here. We're going to go with this sorceress here. She's going to cast Vitriolic Spray through the portal. Now, she doesn't have anyone to sacrifice because I moved them up. So, she does need a 7 to cast. You're not in range, though, because we haven't moved in range of each other. So, 5, 6, 7, 8 goes off. Those gluttons, no armor save. So, the other sorceress here, she is going to cast Mystic Shield on this big unit of Corsairs at the top here. So, what do we need? 4. No, that doesn't go off because it is a 6 to cast. So that fails to cast. Oh, well, not the most important spell for me to get off, but that's it for the hero phase. We're now going to go into movement and we'll come back after all of that's done. Almost forgot about it. The Hydra here, he's going to heal D3 wounds in the hero phase. So he heals 2 to begin with, and then on a 6+, because you've been in an inch of terrain in the Realm of Life, he's got healing terrain on everything. So on a 6, which are on a 6, cool. So now he's going to heal another D3 wounds for another 3. So he's going to heal 5 wounds. He's back up to full health. Awesome. Who would have thought that Realm of Life healing terrain and Hydras was cool? So now we're definitely going into movement. Alright, so here we go. End of the movement phase. We've got some Drake Spawn Knights here that have moved up behind the Dreadlord and Black Dragon and the Hydra here who are getting ready to charge those Mournfang. Then move the Dread Spears up and they're creating a screen for our field. And we've got the Drake Spawns creating a nice screen at the front here. And then got the Hydra with Acidic Blood and the Charybdis with Fell Gaze here. That Charybdis is in range of a ton of Ogre units there, making them all -3 bravery. Huzzah. And then we've got a small amount of the crossbowmen in range. They're having to sort of funnel their shots through to make sure they can get. So we have got a limited number of shots going out there. The General, his Adjutant, and his Honoured Retinue all moving up the back here. The Chariots and these Corsairs over here going towards the Iron Blaster. We're now going to go into Cities of Sigmar shooting phase. So to start our shooting phase off, the Dragon's going to use his Noxious Breath on these Ogre Mournfang here. There's 2 in range, so pretty much 6 up and a mortal wound to them. No mortal wounds. They're used to far worse stenches than his breath. So these Blackheart Corsairs are going to go into the Ogre Gluttons who now have no armor save thanks to Vitriolic Spray. So we're now going to get 19 of them in, so it's going to be 38 shots. That does include the champion who's going to be +1 to hit. The whole unit is +1 to hit thanks to their Flashing Steel ability, which means they're going to be hitting on 4s and the Sergeant's going to be hitting on 3s. We're also going to spend a command point dropping us down to 5, which is going to give us reroll 1s to hit. So let's go into the shooting. So Sergeant, he hits on 3s. 1 hit. And then the rest here, we roll these in a couple of bundles so I can pick them up as I'm rolling. So we're looking for 4s. And 1s can go to the side. Ones to the side. 4 pluses. And the last handful here. If I can get them all. No, can't get them all in my hand. Terrible idea. 1s to the side, 4s, that's cocked, so he misses. Those all miss. Last couple here, 1, they both miss. And then re-rolling 1s to hit. And so, we're now going to be 4s to wound. And every one of these goes through. So we're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage to those ogres. So it's going to be 2 of them. And then a wound on one of them. So, Scourge Runner Chariots here are going to shoot into the Iron Blaster. Just have a quick check, see if they're all in range. Where are we? 18 inch. Might have a check for us. 18 inch. 15, 18.
Yep, we're all good.
And only the front two will be within 16 to fire their crossbows though. Cool. So the sergeant, he's going to hit on 2s. 1 hit. And the other 2 chariots hitting on 3s. No mortal wounds this turn. 3s to wound though. 2 at -1.
5 up.
Yep. Failed on both, so it's going to be 2d3 damage for 4 points of damage so far.
Down to 5.
And then we're going to fire the 2 crossbows. So first of all, the sergeant hitting on 4s, 2 hits, and then we'll go the other one hitting on 5s, another hit, and 4s to wound, 1 wound, no rend, damage 1. Failed that one as well, so another point of damage. Cool. So now we're going to go into the charge phase for Cities of Sigmar. Right, so charge phase, we've got the Black Dragon here. He's going to charge. He's got a whopping 11. Cool, so we'll come back with that. We'll pop that next to him and we'll do all the movements after, and we'll come back after with all the movements. The Hydra here, he's going to roll his charge. He got a 5, so he might get in. We've got this Hydra up here. He got a 5 as well. And the Corsairs up the back there, they're going to charge. And they got a 9 plus 1 because of their Hornblower, so they're going to be 10-inch charge. We'll come back with all the charge moves after this. Alright, so the only charge we're going to have to reroll here is this Hydra here. So he's going to need about a 7 to get in. So we're going to spend a command point because, you know, we got them coming out our butts here. So let's go again. 6, 7, cool, that's going to get him in. Awesome. And so we'll pile him in. He's just going to literally go straight there into those lead belches. You can see up here, we've wrapped around that poor Iron Blaster. But importantly, what we've done here is this singular dude here is within 3 inch of these Ogre Bulls, meaning he's tagged them into combat. But they're actually going to have to move towards him if they want to fight, or they're going to have to retreat next turn. A little bit cheeky though. Over here though, the Hydra and the Black Dragon have both charged. They are within 3 inch of the second model there in the Mournfang unit. So if the opponent here tries to remove the first Mournfang to stop me getting in, because I've charged, I get a pile in regardless. Either one of them is going to get to attack. So you can't actually stop them both attacking. Only way that would happen is if one of them kills 2. At that point, then it becomes an issue. But we're now going to go into combat, and we'll see what I want to pick first.
Mortal wound.
So we've both got some mortal wound abilities here. So you might remember these guys have Shield of Thorns on them. So they're going to do D3 mortals to... now let's just double check the spell. Does it say any? So it's going to be against both units. So the Dragon first. 1 mortal wound. And then against the Hydra, 2 mortal wounds. Cool. And then my Dragon, he has Jutting Bone, so he's going to do D3 mortals to the Mournfang for 3. I think that's the way this is going so far, buddy. So we're going to go with the Dreadlord on Black Dragon first, and he's going to attack with his Exile Blade first. This is the Venomfang Blade, so we're hitting on 3s. We're going to spend, actually, before he does anything, we're going to spend a command point to give him plus reroll 1s to hit. So he's going to be 3s rerolling 1s. And I rolled 2s, of course. But the command point affects the Dragon as well. So, and then we're looking for 4s now, but 6s do D3 mortal wounds in addition to normal damage thanks to the Venomfang Blade. So we only get 1 through, but it's going to be D3 mortals, but you're still going to make an armor save. No rends, but it's going to be an extra point of damage if it goes through.
Safe.
Save, so you're going to do D3 mortals for 2 mortals. We're then going to go onto his jaws. Now these are going to be hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. All hit. Of course I rolled another 2. Haven't actually rolled any 1s yet. These are going to wound on 2s though. Both wounds. These are -2.
6 ups.
So 6 ups. Failed both, so it's going to be 2d6 damage. For 12! Oof. Oof.
7.
Ouch. And another 5, so, and then we've still got his claws to go. So these are going to hit on 4s. Re-rolling 1s. Yay! 3 1s. So they hit on 4s, so none of those hit then. And then wounding on 3s with these though. All 3 wounds. These are just -1 now.
5 up.
Saved all of them. Well, I mean, after the last roll, that's fair. But that's a lot of dead Mournfang. No worries. Now you get to pick a unit. So the Iron Blaster is going to attack all those privateers around him. Try and clear some of the chaff there.
So Gunner's Clubbers. Hitting on 3s. 3 attacks.
All hit. Cool. Wounds.
Wounding on 3s. All
Wound.
wound. No rend.
No rend, so these are going to be 5 up saves. Save none, so we're going to take 3. We'll just put these
Flat
over
2
there.
damage.
Flat 2 damage, so we'll put 6 dice over there just to remember for now.
Then we have the Rhinox's Sharp Horns. 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. 1.
Yep.
Wounding on the 3.
Wounds.
Wounds. -1.
-1, so 6 up. Nope, fails.
D3.
D3.
2.
2. Anything else?
Yep. Then we've got the Scrapper's Jagged Blades, the most dangerous he has.
Oh, look, yep, the 5s and
5s and 5s.
Watch these go through.
1.
1. Now watch one of them poke my pirate in the eye.
Oh,
Ah,
not today.
he's a bad nobbler. Alright, cool. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dead pirates. We'll come back after and see what I've removed. So we just removed some of the pirates around here. We made sure not to remove anything so that he can't actually get out and can't retreat in his next turn. And we had to make sure, because we can't remove this guy here because he's within 12 inch of the general over there. So, yeah, can't have that. What am I going to pick next? I reckon I'm going to pick my Hydra next to go. So, Hydra here is going to go down into the lead belches. He's going to attack next. He's got his razor sharp teeth and stuff, so he needs 4s to hit. Okay. That's totally average. 3s to wound. There we go, that's more like it. So -2 saves at -1 on the lead belches.
6 ups.
Go over there. Saved 1, but D3 damage. So for 3 damage.
He's not dead at least.
And then we've got the clawed 4 limbs. 3s and 3s. 1 hit. No wounds. And then the handlers. 4s and 4s. Nothing. And that's it for the Hydra. So you get to pick what's fighting next.
You're just within 3.
So, cool. Pile in. You're only going to get 1 of them in, though.
Yep.
So, 1 Ogre Glutton here fighting against the pirates.
2 attacks.
Cool. So, Gluttons, 3 attacks. 3s. 2 hits. And 3s to wound. 2 wounds.
No rend.
No rends. So, we've got 5 up save on the pirates. Saved 1, so 2 damage. 2 die.
Then Gulping Bite.
We'll take him. And we'll take him. And go for your Gulping Bite.
Om nom. 3s and 3s.
Hits. And doesn't wound. Cool. So now it's my turn to pick a unit. So I'm going to pick these pirates next. I've got a few little things I want to do with my pile in though. So we'll come back after I've done the pile in and show you what's happened. So over there, the Scourge Privateers, they've all piled in. What we've done is we've actually shifted this way a little bit just to give me a little bit more leeway on models I can remove thanks to the General's range of Inspiring Presence. And now we're going to go in. We've got 23 models fighting, and then we've also got the Sergeant of the unit fighting the Gluttons. So, First of all, Sergeant fighting the Gluttons, he's going to be +1 to hit because he's Sergeant, +1 to hit because I'm above 15 models. So his first weapon is going to hit on a 2. So 2 to hit, hits, 4 to wound, 1 wound, and then we'll go his other weapon, 2 to hit, hits, and a 5 to wound with this weapon. Doesn't wound. So 1 armor save, no rend on the Gluttons. Nothing. 1 fails. Cool, so it's just going to be a wound on the Gluttons. And then we'll do first weapon, and then we'll go with the other weapon. So, 23 dice in here, because I found my dice cup, which can help us roll dice instead of picking up dice like a very silly person. So, 23 attacks, so we're needing 3s to hit with a unit. And this is going to be on the 4+ weapon to start with. So, take those 2s away. They'll hit. Pop them back in the cup. And then these are 4s to wound. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's cocked. 6 so far. Just put them to the side. It's all the same damage profile.
Easy.
And then these are going to be 3s to hit for the other weapon. And then 5s to wound with this weapon though. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So it's going to be 11 armor saves, no rend. Cool, 11 armor saves, 4+.
Yep.
So what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage on the Iron Blaster.
He dead.
He's dead. Cool, we got him. So we're going with the lead belchers here into the Hydra. 2 of them are in range. 3s and 3s. 2 hits. 2 wounds. -1 though. So it's going to be a 5-up save on the Hydra because he doesn't get cover. 1 because he charged, 2 because he's a monster. Saved 1, takes 1, so 2 damage on him. And then the gulping bites. Let's see if they take a bite out of Hydra flesh because that seems healthy. 1 hit.
1 wound.
1 wound. No rend on the bite. So 4-up save on the Hydra, which he makes. So he's going to take 2 damage. The only other combat we've got to go is this Hydra here still gets to make a pile in. Because he charged, even though there's nothing in range, you still get to always pile in when there's a charge. So then we'll do him, and we'll come back with some battle shock tests after that. So the Hydra here is piled in, he's moved, he's still outside of 3 though. We don't want to pile into those Mournfang, because if I do, I won't get to attack because I'll only just be in range and only have 2-inch weapons. But he has those 3-inch weapons, and he'll get to pile in because he'll be within 3-inch and thus get to attack pretty much for free. And I won't be able to do anything in return. So we don't want that to happen, so we're not completely piling inside of 3 there. So we're going to go into Battle Shock. Alright, so I've auto-passed a Battle Shock test here, taking me down to 3 command points, by using my General to use Inspiring Presence. David here is going to use Inspiring Presence from the Butcher to make sure those Gluttons don't 3. Very important, because they lost 2 models. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but they're near the Charybdis here, who is using Fell Gaze, which is -3 to their bravery.
6 up only.
Yeah, so only a 6 would pass. So it's D6 -1 that run, which he really can't afford to lose that many of them. But he's going to roll for the Mournfang because he does need to save some of those command points he's got. Now, they are fine on a 1 to 4. On a 5 or 6, models will start fleeing. So he doesn't want a 6 because that's them gone. A 5, he loses 1, not the worst. So go. 4. Exactly what you needed. They are fine. We're now going to go into Ogor Mawtribes, turn 2. So, Ogre Hero Face to start with, he's going to choose to empty his cauldron. He's also not going to choose to dispel the Umbral Spell Portal, mainly because my Sorceress here has moved away from it, so, you know, not really any threat posing to him. But the cauldron, he's going to do it, so let's start rolling some D3. So we'll start with his Mournfang over here. D3, so 2 wounds healed. Takes him back up to 3. Cool, so he's on half health. This one here, well, it doesn't matter, he's on 3, so just remove that. Of course he rolls the 3. I told you not to roll because it was a sad thing that was going to happen. This one here, so now you want the 3, you're not going to get it.
Nope! So that'll go up.
That'll go up 1, and then same there. Don't roll because you're going to make yourself sad. We've learned this. We've learned that. Right, so we've got some healing off on all the ogres. We're now going to go into casting some magic. Cool. Also, some healing here from Healing Terrain, the lead belchers. So let's roll. On a 6, you get D3 extra wounds back. No, he can't get it. So now we're going to go into magic. Cool, so the Butcher's going to start casting some spells. Also worth note, we healed a wound here thanks to the Butcher's Band Battalion as well. So, Butcher, first spell you're going to cast?
Going to cast Blood Feast.
Blood Feast, so let's go.
Value 7. Oh,
Fails. That's 4 in total with your +1, so it doesn't go off.
no. Then going to go for Voracious Maw. Casting value 7.
So it goes off in an 8, 9. I might as well attempt to dispel it. So I've got my Sorceress here. Doesn't matter, both of them are in range, so I need a 9. Which I don't get, so Voracious Maw, who are you targeting with it?
In 18, let's...
Cool, so Voracious Maw is going to go off and is going to go onto the Black Dragon. So D3 mortal wounds to start with regardless, 3. So we're going to go up to 4. Cool, and now on a 4+, it goes off again. Goes off again, so D3 mortals. For another 3, it's popping him to 7. On a 4 up, it goes off again. Does, another D3. For another 3, he's up to 10. Ouch. Goes off again on a 4. No, that's going to be it. Although that's taking him right down to 10 wounds. Ouch. So, great. 9 mortal wounds from Voracious Maw. That's going to be the end of the Ogre's hero phase. Unless, are you going to spend a command point at all?
No, I'm not. Not this turn.
No command point?
Not
Cool.
going to spend a command point.
No. Awesome. So, now we're going to go into movement and we'll come back after all the movement's done. So, in the movement, the Mournfang here have moved over to the side, and then we've got the Gluttons here that have moved, coming down to try and block off the Dragon and the Hydra. The Lead Belchers and the Gluttons here can't move because they're both tagged in combat and have chosen not to retreat, and the Butcher's just sort of shuffled across, so he's in range of both units, if so need be, of some command point spending. We're now going to go roll for some reserves and see what comes on the board this turn. Alrighty, so to start with, let's roll for the Tyrant. You need a 2 or less. He's coming on. Cool. Slaughtermaster. He's not. Lead Belchers are not. The other Iron Blaster is not. And the Iron Guts are not. So your Tyrant's coming on this turn. Let's see where he goes. So the Ogre Tyrant has come on here. He is pretty safe because both those units there are tagged in combat. So he's not really going to get threatened even if I get the next turn. I doubt I'm going to kill 3 Ogre Bulls with those Corsairs there. However, he is going to use a command point and use the Sound the Warhorns command trait, which is special for this scenario. Gives him D6 inch movement. He can't run when he does this, but allows him to move D6 inches when he comes on the board as reserves. So go for it. D6, 5 inches. So makes him able to do a 5-inch move. Cool. And that will be it. We're now going to go into the Ogre shooting phase. So Tyrant here is going to shoot his pistol into the Corsairs. 2 shots.
Hitting on 4s.
1 hit. Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s.
Wounds.
-1.
-1, so 6 up. Saved it.
Spike.
Cool. And now we'll go the Lead Belcher. So 46 shots into, and they have to go into that Hydra there. So 6, 10, 15. Cool. So 4s to hit here. That's not too bad. It's looking about average to be honest. Well, looking pretty, a little bit above average there. And 4s to wound, 3s to wound, 3s to wound.
Yep.
Cool. 3s to wound. That one's cocked. Give me another roll. Wound. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
-1.
6. -1. So 5 ups. Save 2, so take 4 wounds on the Hydra. So he's going to take in 6 wounds in total now. So we're now going to go into the charge phase. We'll roll all our charge rolls, then come back with the movements from them. So the Mournfang, anything but a double 1. Cocked, could be 2 1s on that dice. 7, so they're in. Just pop that behind them. The Gluttons, are you going to charge?
Yes.
5.
I'll use their reroll for having their banner.
Yep.
5.
So because they're within an inch of that terrain there, they're yeah.
-2.
So I think they're going to fail. Yeah, they're within that inch. And yeah, so they're going to fail. That's big. And the tyrant's going to attempt, so he should be what, like a 7-ish? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what he gets.
10.
Well, 10. He's definitely in on a 10.
He's gone.
Cool. So we'll come back with all the movements and then start combat.
Cool.
Cool. So we're now going to do the ogre charge. 7 dice. 4 is a mortal wound. 6s. 6s. That's better than I thought it was going to be.
That's nothing.
Nothing. Good. That makes me happy. Alrighty, and then the tyrant over there. Now he rolled a 10, so 6s as well.
Yep.
1, 2. 2 mortal wounds. No worries. Easy.
And it's
right. So these Mournfang cavalry here are going to go into the dragon.
4s and 3s.
No worries. 3 hits and 3s to wound. 2 of these fail, please. 2 pass, so the -2, yes.
-1.
-1. Okay, cool. So 4 up save. Save 1,
Flat
fail.
3 damage.
He's on a wound.
Then their tusks.
Oh dear.
4 attacks each. 4s, 3s, 4s.
And so 5 hit. And 3s. That's not good. I need to pass every single one of these.
-1, 2 damage because they charge.
Doesn't matter. I just need to pass them all. So 4 ups. I failed 1. Oh, so close. The dragon is dead. No, 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 no. So I'm going to elect to go with these Blackout Corsairs here. We'll come back after the pile-in. Cool. So there's going to be 13 Corsairs in the fight. The leader's in the fight as well. Everything's going into that tyrant there. So the sergeant hits on a 2. Hits. Wounds on a 4. Doesn't wound. And then we're going to get his other weapon. Hits on a 2. Hits and wounds on a 5. Doesn't wound. The rest of the unit though hits on 3s. Failed 2. These wound on 4s. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And hits, and so wound on 5s. No, hits, sorry, hits to begin with. We need to actually hit stuff, so 3s. Too bad that wasn't my wound roll, that was really good. 5s to wound. No, 1 more. Damn it. Cool. So no brain at all.
4 3-up saves.
Pass them all. Cool. Your turn to pick someone to fight next.
I'm going to elect to go with the Lead Belchers.
Cool. We're going Lead Belchers into the Hydra next. Cool. So the Lead Belchers here into the Hydra. We're needing 3s to hit. 3 hits. And 3s to wound. 2. So armor saves.
-1.
Cool. -1. 5 ups. Save 1. Failed 1.
Flat 2.
Okay. 2 damage. He goes up to 8 wounds taken. And then the bites. Nothing.
1.
They hit on 3s.
Hit on 3s.
Cool. Nothing.
You could.
No worries.
Your blood.
Yeah, and then acidic blood too. So we'll do that. So this Hydra here has got acidic blood, so 4 ups, mortal wounds back. Take a mortal wound, please.
Will do so.
And then we're going to go with that Hydra next, because that's the only other fight I've got to pick. So Hydra's going to go. He's got 3 attacks now on his multiple heads, so he needs 4 to hit. Nothing. And typical Hydra, swingy as anything. 3s to hit on his 4 limbs. 1 hit and 3 to wounds. 1, -1.
6 up.
Saved it. The handlers, 4s. Nothing. And that's it for the Hydra. You've now got your Tyrant and your Gluttons over there to go, and that's the end of the combat.
Yep, we'll go.
Alright, so we're going to go with the Tyrant next. So his first weapon
is the Thunder Mace.
Thunder Mace, cool. What do we need to hit?
3 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s.
Cool, so 3 to hit.
1 miss.
Yep, that's a miss. And 3s to wound. No wounds. His other weapon.
Next is the Beast Skewer's Glaive. 2 attacks.
2 attacks. Hits on
3s.
So 1 miss. Wounds, 3s.
1.
Negative.
1.
Cool. So 6 up save. No.
D3.
Cool. D3 pirates die.
2.
2. Let's move these 2 pirates here. Lastly though, Tyrant's Gulping Bite.
3's hit.
Hit.
3's to wound.
Doesn't wound. Well, that was lackluster, but we're going to go with the Gluttons next, so go with them. So you're going to be able to get 2 in now, because he can't move anywhere. So got 2 Gluttons in.
Yeah. 6 attacks.
Yep, 3's to hit.
Just 1.
And 3's to wound.
Just 1.
4.
No range.
No range. So 5 ups. Saved 1, so it's going to be 6 dead pirates so far.
And then 2 bites.
2 bites, 3s, 1 hit, and 1 wound, and a 5 up save. Fails, so it's going to be 7 dead pirates there. Cool, so only battle shock to worry about is the pirates, and we're going to spend a command point to make that not a thing because, you know, we don't want them running. That's on the side flank. So now we're going to go into priority. I break ties now though. I got a 3, you need to beat it. 2.
Same as last turn.
I'm going to have to take this one. So going into Cities of Sigmar turn 3. This is important for me. Alright, so start of the hero phase, I've gained a command point. I get another command point due to my adjutant being near the general here on a 4-up, which I do. So that takes me up to 4 command points. 4. Some healing. So this Hydra here is going to heal D3. 2, so he goes back up to full health. That Hydra there is going to heal D3 for 1, and then on a 6-up, he's going to get another D3, which he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't need to. He's fully healed. Don't need a roll healing for him. And so he's going to heal a wound, putting him down to 7, which is important. It means he goes back into a bracket.
Can't keep this in bracket.
So 7 wounds on him. Right, time for some magic. This sorceress here, she's going to off one of her dudes. Bye-bye. You're dead. Your sacrifice should hopefully not be in vain, so +2 to cast now. She's going to try and cast Word of Pain. 9, 10, 11. You're going to need boxcars to try and stop it.
We'll try it.
That's not boxcars. So they're going to be -1 to hit. They're also going to take D3 mortals. So D3 for 3 mortal wounds.
Enough to kill the guy.
Cool, that's important. So we're then going to go with this sorceress, and she's just going to... She can't really do much else, so she's going to just arcane bolt your lead belchers there, because there's not really much else she can do. Or is she? Yeah, she's just going to arcane bolt those lead belchers, trying to do some damage across the table. Doesn't go off. And that'll be the end of my hero phase. We're going to go into movement now, and we'll come back after all of that's done. Cool, end of the movement phase. This is what it looks like. Drakespawn Knights moved in, getting ready to charge that lone dude there. He's all by and lonesome. We've got the Hydra that's moved up as well. The Dread Spears have moved up, creating enough screen there. Along with the Drakespawn Knights, continuing to make that screen in front of the archers there. We've got the Sorceress, she's just moved up behind her little buddies. Well, we say buddies, but she keeps sacrificing them, so not sure if buddies. The Charybdis has moved up to support the Hydra here in the center. The Black Ark Corsairs here. We've got the unit split here. That's all the combat ones there, and we moved our general. He's now wholly within 12 inch, which means he can use the command ability to give everyone +1 attack there. Sorceress has moved up, and we've got the Honored Retinue. The only thing we've had to do is, unfortunately, the Honored Retinue could not get close enough, so he's now outside of his Honored Retinue range. However, he's still -1 to hit because he's still near a unit. And lastly, the Scourge Runner Chariots have just moved up the flank there, and they're not going to bother trying to target that Tyrant. He's at -2 to hit at the moment. 1, thanks to being Lookout Sir, and 2, he's got some command trait from being Underguts that's -1 to hit for missile attacks. So, yeah, we're not going to try and shoot him with harpoons. So, let's go into the shooting phase, and we're going to remember our Hydras have shooting attacks this turn. Let's start with this Hydra here. He's going to use his Fiery Breath, shooting into this lone Mournfang here. So, we've got 6 shots. 3s and 3s, -1, damage 1, so 3s to hit. 4 hits. 3s to wound. Cocked. And 2 wounds, -1, damage 1 on him.
5 up.
Fails on both, takes 2 wounds.
Yep. Down to 4.
Cool. We then go to the other Hydrate. He's bracketed, so he's only got 4 shots. So we need 3s to hit. All hit. Apparently he is pissed off. 3s to wound. We'll see how good his fire is though. 3, -1, damage 1. We might lower, take a lead belcher out here.
6 up.
We do just enough. 2, can take out a lead belcher. Cool. That'll be important later because that's a battle shock test. And they're near that Charybdis. Cool, so the Scourge Privateers, they're going to shoot into the Gluttons. We've got a whole host of shots going into them. So we're going to use command point, give them reroll 1s to shoot. Thanks to the sorceress down there. She's telling them to shoot them good. So, Sergeant is hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Oof, thanks. That's still...
Into the 2s.
Nothing. So now 4 rerolling 1s. That's cocked. So let's just pick out all these 1s to start with. And another one there, and I'm pretty sure that's it. So now we'll pick out all the misses. Actually, that's a really good roll.
That's a good roll for him.
That's actually, yeah. That's not half bad. That's
forces?
Yeah, 4s to hit. 4s to hit. So re-rolling 1s.
Good roll.
That's the fails, and that's the hits. So that's really good. And then 4s to wound. So 4s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're back down to earth with this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 saves, no rends. You're going to have a 5 up armor save, and then your 6 up lookout nobbler telling you, oi, look out. So 5 to begin with. It's a couple in there. 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5. 5 saved, and then 6 up, look out, shout, oi.
Nothing.
Apparently he's a very, very terrible. He's like a defective nobbler. I told you so. Cool, 2 dead. We'll see whether that matters, because they might be in range of the Charybdis. We don't know. That's important. And then last thing, we'll go over to the Scourge Runner Chariots. So, Scourge Runner Chariots here, going to shoot into these Gluttons here. Sergeant hitting on 2s. That's going to be D3 mortals and 1 hit. And then, so we'll put that aside for now. The other 2 harpoons hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 3s. 4 at -1. Nothing. So it's going to be 5 D3 damage in total. 4 hits plus D3 mortals. So 5 D3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 2 of them. And we'll roll the crossbows as well. Sergeant hitting on 4s. 3 hits. And the others on 5s. And then 4s to wound. 2. Ooh. Fail both of these for me. Passed them both. And he's one brave ogre. Too bad he's going to get eaten by a Charybdis.
Because of the goblin.
Okay. And that's going to be it for shooting. We're going to go into the charge phase. Cool. So, Drakespawn Knights here are going to charge. We've got an 8. It'll be 9. So put that behind him. Hydra here is going to charge.
-2.
He's going to be -2. But he don't care with a 10. Didn't even need to lash him. The Charybdis there, we're going to charge. We're going to lash him. So we get to use 3 dice. So let's see what he gets.
Triple 1s.
So that's going to be an 8. 6, that's going to be enough to get him in, I reckon.
Yeah.
Cool. So he's got 6.
I pick the highest.
Yeah, pick the 2 highest. However, if I roll triples, I take mortal wounds and don't make the charge at all. And that's going to be it for charges. We'll come back and see what they all do after that. Also, we're going to charge the Drake spawn in the middle here as well. So let's see what they get. They got an 8, 9 in total because they're +1. So -2, so 7. So they're going to get to move where they want as well. So here we go. After charges, the Drake spawn have done a dirty. So what I've done here, because you don't have to be within the edge of the board. So I've used my charge to get my Drake spawn in the edge. So he now has to kill them. However, the Hydra here has charged and blocked off this area, meaning he can't actually come on from that side. He's not going to reach the whole board there. There's no way anything is getting there. Probably even with a double turn. And probably not getting enough in. Because I'm not really threatened by too many of his units. Only Iron Guts really am I worried about. And so what I did with these Gluttons too is I charged the Drake spawn in here and they've tagged these Gluttons here, meaning they can't come and help. And so the Hydra's blocking off this area. Other charges, the Charybdis did make it in over there into that lone dude. If he dies, the Butcher's getting chased. And so let's go into combat. Start a combat. I'm going to elect that I'm spending command point over there for the general. He's going to give +1 attack to all those privateers. So that's going to drop me down to 2 command points. So we're going to start by attacking with the Hydra here into the Mournfang. So we've got 6 attacks because he's at full strength. So 4s to hit. That's average. And 3s to wound. All wound though. That's 3 at -1.
5 up.
Pass 2. D3 damage. For 3. Cool. I need to do a wounds. Clawed 4 limbs. 3s. 1. 3s. Wounds. -1.
Safe.
Saved. Handlers. Can the handlers do it? 4s. Nothing. He lives.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Let's go with the Gluttons here.
Going with Gluttons. Now, he doesn't want to pile them in any closer with those front models, because if he does, he's going to go into the Charybdis' negative bravery range. So that's something to think about. But the rest behind can pile in like how they want. It's just, yeah, you want to avoid that negative bravery range. Cool, so the Gluttons are piled in. A couple of the dudes are actually close to these Dread Spears here, so have actually chosen not to take the Dread Spears in combat because they really don't want to suffer any more wounds than they need to at this point. So let's go with your attacks. 3s to hit.
6s, pocket an extra hit.
Yep, 6, so 2.
We use those 2 there.
Yep, and then your 3s hit. Take those ones out, and 3s to wound.
Oof.
So 5.
5.
Out. Whoops.
No rend.
3s to save. Failed 2. So
Flat
2.
2.
So we're going to remove 1, 2.
And then just the 4 bites.
Yep.
3s and 3s.
Oh, 3 hits. 3 wounds.
No rend.
3 up saves. Save 2, 1. So I'm going to put a wound on one of them. My turn to pick next. So we're going with the Drake spawn next. We've got 3 Lancers in range, but only 2 Drake spawn in range. So the Lancers to begin with, we need 3s to hit. 1 hit. Ouch, that's not great. However, 3 to wounds. Wounds, -2.
Gotta make it on a 6.
So make it, he dies. He dead. That's good. So you got your fights over there to pick from. Cool. So after some persuasion, he's going to go with his Tyrant next, just because these privateers at the moment have 4 attacks each. So yeah, Tyrant next. 3s and 3s with his Thunderhammer. Whatever it's called. Of course. He's not a very good Tyrant.
No. No.
No.
These skewer glaive. 3s and 3s.
2 hits. Nope. Oh, we got one through.
Neg 1.
Neg 1. Watch me roll a 6. No.
D3.
Watch him roll a 1.
I hate you. Gulping bite.
Oh, look. Hits.
3s. You're fine.
He did 1 damage. Alright. No worries. Maybe my advice was wrong. So we're going next with the Charybdis, so he needs 4s to hit against this glutton here. Of which he gets 3. And then 3s to wound. 2. -1 damage 2, so you got to pass both of these.
Nope.
But no, so glutton dies.
Splat.
If the Charybdis did have any wounds, he would heal them because he killed a model, but he doesn't. So, your turn to pick combat. Cool, Lead Belch is going into the Hydra.
So 3s and 3.
1 hit. And this is how the game's going now. 1 wound.
1 wound, neg 1.
5 up. No, failed it.
2 damage.
2 damage. 4 ups, mortal wounds back to you. Mortal wound.
And then the gulping bite.
Going bite. Doesn't seem like a smart idea to be biting something with a sick blood.
But it works, apparently.
4 ups. Failed both.
2 damage.
So 4 ups. Another mortal wounds.
They're doing better at killing themselves than your Hydra's doing killing them.
Yeah. Hydras are bad. Cool. So it's just my attacks left. So we've got the Drake Spawn Knights over here. 4 attacks. They charge. So you're going to be 3s and 3s. All hit. No, sorry. 1 miss. And 3s to wound. 2 at -2.
Keep going.
So that's just going to be 4 damage. So 1 dead tyrant. Or ogre.
Blink.
And 6 attacks now from their jaws of the mounts. So 3s to hit. 5 hits. And 4s to wound. 3, no rend, damage 1.
5 up. Save 1.
So another half of 1 dead. So Hydra's turn to attack. He's only got 2 attacks now that he's down to 10 wounds with his razor sharp fangs. So 4s to hit. Hits with 1. 3 to wounds. Wounds, -1 on your lead belches.
Nope.
So D3 damage for 2. It's going to kill him. And then 2 needs 3s to hit with his clawed forelimbs. 3s to wound. Another one, -1.
Nope.
That fails that, so another damage. And then the handlers, who have done nothing all game. 4s. Oh, 1 hit finally. And 4s. Oh, it wounded. Save, no rend. Hey, handler got something. So Blackheart Corsairs are going to go next. And so the sergeant, they're still above 15, so he hits on 2s. Both hit. And the rest hit on 3s. This is their first weapon profile. So they miss. These ones are going to wound on 4s. And so wounding on 4s. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 so far. Let's take them to the side for now. And so the sergeant's other weapon. The sergeant's other weapon is going to hit on 2s again. Both hit. And they all hit on 3s for the rest of the unit. And then these are all going to wound on 5s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, oh no, 5, 6. So 16 in total. 16 saves, no rends.
3 up armor, here we go.
3 up armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. He's almost dead. He survives by the skin of his teeth.
He's alive still.
2 wounds, I believe.
2 left, yes.
Yeah. 2 left. Cool. And that's going to be the end of Cities of Sigmar turn 3. Going into Ogor Mawtribes turn 3. So to start with healing terrain, so let's see whether they heal on a 6. Nope. Lead belches. Nope.
But they do get a heal from being in the Butcher Band, which, while they're wholly within 12, we'll have to check the gluttons.
Gluttons are not.
Gluttons are not, but lead belches are, so they go up by 1.
Yep, easy. Cool, so we're going to go Blood Feast. Start with
6, 7.
Goes off.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to try and dispel it. Both my wizards are in range of yours, so goes off.
Yep. +1 to all his melee attacks.
Yep. +1 to hit, or what do we do?
Attack profile.
Okay, +1 attack. Cool. No worries. And your other one, you're going to go Voracious Maw.
Voracious Maw again. Need a 7. 6, 7.
Cool. Just. I'm going to try and dispel it. 5. Okay.
That one is going to go on these guys.
Yep.
On the Corsairs.
Yep. Blackout Corsairs on the big blob there.
Yep. Just try to get rid of some of those numbers to free up the Tyrant. So D3. 2.
On a 4-up, continues. Continues. D3. 3. 4-up, it continues.
Does not.
Cool. So 5 mortal wounds to the Corsairs. Cool. We're now just going to go into the hero phase.
First, we're going to do Blood Gruel.
Oh, Blood Gruel. Yeah.
On a 1, he takes a mortal wound.
True.
For each spell he casts or unbind. So nothing. And he takes a mortal wound.
No worries. Easy done. Cool. So we're now going into movement, and we'll come back after all of that. So end of the movement phase. Pretty simple now for the ogres. The butcher just tries to warren away from that Charybdis. We're now going to roll for reserves, and hopefully he gets some. So Slaughtermaster needing a 3 or less. 1. Slaughtermaster's coming on. Lead belches are not. Iron Blaster is not.
Come on.
And Iron Guts are not.
That's just killed
Oh dear. This may be the rolls here that determines the game, I think. But we'll play it out and we'll see what happens. So Slaughtermaster's come on here. He's trying to decide whether he wants to do the D6 move. You're going to spend a command point. D6 move. Cool. D6 inches for 3. Here you go.
Wonderful.
Which way are you going?
Going towards these guys.
Cool. 3. Easy. And now we'll go into shooting. So, Lead Belch is here, over there, shooting into the Hydra. He's only got 2 wounds left, so 2d6. 5. I'm going to do 2 wounds to him.
4s. Oi!
Whoa, now these both need a wound for you to be able to kill it.
3s.
And they don't. And so, -1, 5 up. Failed it.
1 damage.
So, he's down to a wound. We'll just knock him over. Just say he's on 1 wound now.
And then the Tyrant.
Tyrant's going to shoot, has to shoot the Privateers.
Yep, 2 shots. 4s.
1 hit. And 3s. Fails to wound.
That Tyrant's done nothing.
Yeah, he's not been a good Tyrant in this game. No. So now we're going to go into charge phase. I think the only charge we've got is down here.
Just going to charge him.
Cool. So let's see what we get. 8. That'll get him into something. So we're now going to roll for the Slaughtermaster's Ogre charge. 8 dice.
6s. I see 2.
2. 2 mortals. Cool. We're just going to take 2 from there. Easy done. We'll now go into the combat. Who are you going to pick to fight? Alright, cool. The Tyrant's going. He's using the command point to give himself reroll 1s to hit. So 3s to hit.
Yep, 4 attacks because of Blood Feast. Thunder Mace. It's paid off.
Well, yep, you got to reroll that one. No, it hasn't.
Now, what does a unmodified 6 inflict 1 mortal wound in addition to any normal damage? If the target has 3 or more models on an unmodified 6, inflict D3 mortal damage instead. So mortal wounds instead of 1.
Cool. So go for them and we'll do the D3 at the end. Wounding on 3. So 1 wound, negative on the mace.
Negative on the mace is a -2.
Cool. So it's just going to go straight through. So that's 3 plus D3.
1.
So 4. And now your spear.
3 attacks.
Reroll the 1. 2 and 3s. I'm going to get a save against this one.
Yep.
That's 6 up, which I saved. So
and then 2 bites.
Yep, 2 bites.
There's rerolling 1 helped.
And
3s again. 1.
5 up, save that as well. So 4 damage. Well, you finally got some stuff and I rolled like a boss.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to use a command point to fall back with the Sorceress. Because she's in range of your Slaughtermaster. She gets to make a normal move, so she's going to run in addition to this. 1, I'm going to use a second command point to make that a 6. And so that's my activation done. Your turn.
I'm going to go with, let's kill that War Hydra.
Yep.
2 attack. Oh, so 4 in total with the butts of their guns.
Yep. So
3's hit. Oh, wow.
1, so...
-1.
5 up. Failed. He's dead. War Hydra is finally dead.
Acid.
Acidic blood. He does have a wound left, so... Nah, it does nothing. Must have run out of blood. I mean, he is dead, so fair enough.
Finally,
my turn to pick something. So, I'm going to go to the Drakespawn Knights next. 4 attacks for them. So, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s now. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. 1. No rend, damage 1. Saved. And 6 attacks from the mounts. 3s. 1. And 4s, no rend, damage 1. Takes a wound. And your turn to pick someone. So you've either got the Slaughtermaster or... Cool, Slaughtermaster it is. Cool, so Slaughtermaster over here going into the Dread Spears. 2d6 attacks to start with. 3.
It's 2d3. Yeah, 2d6.
It's 2d6.
3s.
3 hits.
3s.
1. No rend, damage 1. So I got a 4-up save. Failed. So.
The bite.
Oh, you know what? Remove our musician. We don't need him. The bite. Hits. Wounds. 4 up. Failed another one.
And then finally, the motley assortment of weapons.
So 5s and 5s because it's not those, yeah?
Yep.
1. Nothing.
None.
Cool. Well, I'm going to go with the Dread Spears next then. So we're going to pile in all 4. So we're going to go to the Dread Spears next. 4s and 4s, looking for some 6s to hit though. Nothing. And then 4s to wound. Nothing. Your turn. You've got your Gluttons left. So these Gluttons here into the Drakespawn Knights.
3s and 3s.
3s and 3s.
6s are an extra hit.
So it's 2 extra hits.
We'll get those 2 in there.
Yep. And then 3s. So what have we got?
There's 2.
3, 6, 9. Three up saves. Now, if one of these wounds goes through, we're going to refill them all hot. But none of them did.
Oh.
9 saves, all of them 3-ups.
Time to bite him.
Time to bite.
All bites.
All hit. 2. 3 up. Come on. Save them both. Drakespawn Knights. Wow, that was some good save rolling.
I want my more pot.
And so we're now just got the privateers to go. Alright, so the privateers here, there's 10 of them. We're not getting +1 to hit, so the unit's going to hit on 4s. That's cocked. And the sergeant will hit on a 3. Misses. And wounding on 4s. So 3 so far. And then again, 4s. And the sergeant on 3. Misses again. And 5s to wound with these ones. For another 1. So, Tyrant, he's got a part. If he fails 2, he's dead. And he failed 3. Got him.
He has done nothing.
And now we're going to go into some Battle Shock, I think. No, we don't have any. No Battle Shock to take, so into the priority roll. So, priority, go. Got a 4. If I equal or beat that, I think it's game. 5. Yeah, she's one of the things. So there's literally nothing he can do here at this point. It's going to be game. I'm going to move the sorceress in my movement phase. She jumps to there. There's no way that Slaughtermaster is getting there. I can charge the Hydra. He's not going to kill the Hydra. You're not going to get anything on the table from that edge to get to here to stop them in my next hero phase, even with a double turn, because I'll be able to pull those privateers now across the board and pretty much stop you getting in that edge. Mm-hmm. Or the chariots, they got 20-inch potential movement. Like, they'll just run across the board. So that's it, man. Like, good game. That was a lot of fun, that mission. Like, I like the mission a lot. It's cool playing these book missions. Yeah. All right, well, that's the game, everyone. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And most of all, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, everyone who does subscribe. And a special thank you to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon as well. You guys are all amazing. You can find links to Patreon, Discord, and our Twitch channel all down in the link description down below. But let's have a bit of a chat about the game as well. So what did you think of playing that Battleplan? Did you enjoy that one?
Yes, I did enjoy it. It's good having a narrative game, especially different to the normal ones you'd play. But I think for a long time it could have gone either way. It would have come down to turn roll-offs and things like that. And I mean,
that's what it did in the end. It effectively came down to turn rolls. Like, there were turns there where if you got that first turn, you would have pushed into my lines a lot deeper on that first turn. Me winning that first priority roll, that's why I took it, because it allowed me to push those screens up an extra lot, thus expanding the range that I can have with the army. Because you couldn't commit those gluttons in the center, because by pushing those gluttons into my Drake spawns, and we saw 5 Drake spawns held those gluttons fine.
Oh, yes.
If you push those gluttons into the center, you would have just got held. And even if you broke through the Drake spawns, I would have tied you up with 40 privateers that, yes, they just kept screening behind, but they actually weren't one of the units I cared about losing, so I would have just tied you up. And to be fair, there's 40 dudes, they've still got an attack, they can potentially have 2 attacks in combat, then no slouches there either. They could have done a bit of damage. Yeah,
and trying to get through 40 is, no matter... Yeah. Unless you've got like high damage and high attack output, it is a struggle to try to get through, so...
Yeah. Definitely some unlucky rolls on your reserve rolls. I mean, that turn 3, you should, on average, be getting half those units in, and the only one you got was probably, at that point, the most useless unit to get in the Slaughtermaster.
Especially since a lot of his stuff happens in the hero phase.
Yeah,
so
his whole turn's gone. If you had got lead belchers, you could have shot. If you had got the Iron Blaster, you could have shot.
Even if I got the Iron Guts, I would have been at least able to try to tie some stuff up.
Yeah, or getting a unit along with him, because then he would have been able to use the command ability on the unit. But, I like these scenarios like the book ones, and, maybe we'll come back another time and we might play the ones in the Ogre book. I haven't even looked at them.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll have those ones. If there's battle plans within a book that you like, that you really like and you'd like to see on the channel, definitely leave them down in the comments below. But thank you, David, for coming on, mate.
All good.
And we will see you all again real soon. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grave. We'll see you next time.